this week's blog is called Do I Actually Like This? And I wrote this blog after having an epiphany in my car alone eating a carton of curly fries from Arby's, which I physiologically didn't need, but emotionally very much felt the desire to have in my possession. So, and they actually definitely helped me through the tiny identity crisis that soon followed after leaving that drive-through window. So I'm driving, I'm alone, I'm eating my fries, and flipping through radio stations because I listen to old school radio still. And all of a sudden, Hit Me Baby One More Time comes on. It's my girl, it's Brit. And I stopped immediately. It was no question in my head. My head started bopping along. My body was like fully committed, moving and grooving, but my brain was a little late to this meeting because after, 20, 30 seconds, it kind of hit me. And I started thinking, wait a second, do I actually think this is a great song? Because the longer I listened to it, the more ridiculous it sounded in my head. And so I'm thinking, do I actually like this? Or was I just simply raised in the Church of Britney and conditioned to bop along? Because I'm telling you, friends, growing up in peak Britney era, it was not a phase. It was a conditioning program. And so now I'm sitting here having this crisis and I'm wondering, is this me? Is this my personal taste? Or is this like my environment's greatest marketing campaign, right? And let's zoom out because this is way bigger than Britney. Because it's not just about music. It's about the workouts that you swear by and the foods that you crave and the clothes you buy and all the different things that you say you love. How much of that is actually you? I don't know. Because here's the trick. Your brain really loves familiar things. It makes sense. There's this concept in psychology called the mere exposure effect, which basically says the more you see or hear something, the more you tend to like it. Not necessarily because it's better, but because it's easier. It's easier for your brain to process something that it has experienced before. So your brain's like, okay, familiar equals easy, easy equals good, good equals let's play this song again. And there's actually a related effect where repetition then makes things feel true even when they're not. So it's this loop. And your brain is basically out there just falling in love with stuff through exposure therapy. It's amazing. But here's the deal. Like, everyone loves it is not what we're shooting for here. The sneaky part, popularity isn't just about quality. So you don't necessarily need to love something just because everybody loves it. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the best. It's about visibility. The more something is chosen, the more people see it, the more people choose it. Like, again, it's a loop. So sometimes when you're thinking everyone loves this, what you're actually realizing is, well, maybe everyone saw this first, or everyone has seen this the most frequently. Everyone has been exposed to this the most. And nostalgia does a whole lot of heavy lifting here because, for example, when you're just, listening to a song, you're not just listening to a song. You are totally remembering who you were when that song came out and where you were when you first heard it and it totally hit you and what life felt like then. And your brain, it ties music to memory and to emotions really, really hard, which is why old songs kind of hit like a time machine sometimes. So when you're saying, this song is amazing, sometimes maybe what you mean is, I miss who I was the last time I heard this song playing, right? And your brain, friends, is very easy to influence. I'm sorry, but it is true. So you could have the same exact thing in front of you, but just slap on a different label, give it a different price, and like all of a sudden it's got this different vibe. And your brain goes, wow, this one, this shiny one over here, is clearly superior. This is the better choice. Your expectation, it literally changes the entire experience. So yes, branding matters. Hype matters. Who recommends something to you? It matters. You're not just tasting the thing or hearing the thing. You're tasting or hearing the story around the thing. It's an entire experience. Everything is. So I'm in my car and I have this curly fry realization, we'll call it. I'm sitting there thinking, okay, cool. So my personality is really just a mixture of repetition and, group energy that has impacted my experiences, nostalgia, branding. Awesome. So do you actually like what you like? I mean, let's not spiral, but we can test it. We can do a couple of really quick, personal taste checks. So for example, if you're listening to music, try going blind. You could play songs that you're not familiar with. Don't be looking at the titles or the artists, and just kind of rate them by the vibe only. What's your body saying to you when you listen to it? The other test you can do is to change your environment. So you listen to something and you jammed hard in your kitchen, and then you think, oh, this is going to be a great background noise for when I have people over, and you have them over and it totally flops and kills the vibe. Notice what suddenly becomes elite when you're alone versus with people. Next, you could try breaking the algorithm. So search something completely outside of your usual lane, because, maybe your tastes are just a little underdeveloped. That's okay. You have room to grow, just like the rest of us. My husband and I, we used to call it Pandora Roulette, and we would say, give me an animal and give me a color or something along those lines, and we'd type it in and we would find brand new artists or songs, and we've actually come across some of our new favorite music that way. The next check you can do is just check the memory. Ask yourself, do I like this, or do I like the version of me that's attached to this, right? And here's a pro tip, because we don't shame here. We're not shaming. But your preferences being influenced, that is not a flaw. That is being human, okay? The goal is not to become somebody that, only likes things in a vacuum. You're not a robot. The goal is awareness, because awareness means that you have more choice. And this matters because it's not about Britney. It's about your life, your routines, your relationships, your habits, who you are, your identity. And some of it is you. And some of it is what you've been handed on repeat. And neither is wrong, but one is for sure more conscious. So final thought, yes, I'm absolutely still going to be bopping to Britney, but now I know that it's not just me and Brit there in the car, right? I've got my childhood, I've got my people that I experienced that phase of life with, and I've got my brain's obsession with familiar things all there with me. And to be honest, that does not ruin the joy. It just makes it intentional.